Danny said he wants them. Danny. Yes.
Analysis. Miller. Beginning force neutralization operation. Locking on. You must be bloody stupid if you can't hide from me. Rounds are looking splendid. Good evening, sir. Hostile detected. Non-combatant safety can no longer be sir? The formal gardens have always been the pride of the Whites. Didn't you hear me coming? Now I have to fight.
I'm going there for 35, 45.
Round. Let me.
There's times you gotta accept the cards you were dealt. Learn to make the best of it.
Dave. It's Joyce. I don't know if you'll ever get this, but I wanted to make sure there was something here if you came looking. If you made it. God, where to start? It's about 2:30 in the morning, New Year's, 2079. I've been here for the past year since the war. Me, a couple of the staff, about 100 guests, and the robots. Never thought I'd be grateful for the robots. We made out all right. Even made me manager. Can you believe it? But we have to go. Paula and I. We're leaving for Charleston in the morning. I just miss you and the girls. I miss you so much. Take care of them for me, all right? All my love. Always.
Cleaning this place up actually gives me a sense of peace.
Can't believe we've got a bird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever
Always
seen
make
one.
sure to boil your water before you drink it.
Orlando is very charming, but to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they're helping us.
Butlers. Is this a refuge or a palace?
One hit is all it took to realize we'd made a terrible mistake. Even for degenerates as celebrated as ourselves, this was too much. The trip wasn't bad, it was glorious, horrifyingly so. We knew instantly that this was what money could buy. And we knew we'd never have it again. We witnessed firsthand the life that was being kept from us. And as much as we wanted to reach out and take it, we couldn't do anything more than slump in our chairs and watch.
Ad Victorium, citizen. My name is Initiate Ellison of the Brotherhood of Steel. How may I be of service? Oh, man, did I get that right? I did, didn't I? Score! Shoot. I mean, shoot as in ask me something. Don't fire at me. Ask away. You've never... How the... Well, never mind that. I'd love to tell you more about the Brotherhood. Oh, gosh, where do I even start? The Brotherhood of Steel is one of the most powerful, most hard-working organizations you'll ever come across. We seek the preservation and restoration of advanced technology, especially pre-war tech, weapons, armor, that sort of thing, but not exclusively. We're committed to the preservation of all technology, not just guns. Pretty noble, if you ask me.
Nothing like the feeling of a good job done well.
Oh, no, not at all. Someday, I will be. Oh, no, we come from California. It was a long trek over here, from what I heard. I'm training to be a scribe. You won't find scribes decked out in power armor. And even if I wasn't, I'm still an initiate. It would be impractical to waste your best tech on, well, a new recruit. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Me? Well, I'll try to answer whatever I can. My story? I'm not very interested if that's what you're asking. I was born in Louisiana, but I hardly remember it. We moved to West Virginia when I was really young. Me, my mom, and my brother. He stayed behind to help my mom on the farm, and I went off to join the Brotherhood. I knew I had to do it. I was chasing that dream, you know? But I still feel guilty leaving the two of them behind. Mama was so proud of me, though. Made me feel proud of myself. In all honesty, I'm a bit of a fish out of water, but I hide it as best I can. Eager? I didn't realize it was so obvious. Look, all my life I dreamed of doing something more than tending some Brahmin in the field of West Virginia. I wanted something more, and the Brotherhood of Steel is that something more to me. When I saw Night Shin first approach me, laser rifle drawn, now that's awe-inspiring. Makes your heart pound. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
It's been sunny all week. I love it here.
Sure thing. I'll tell you what I can. But keep in mind, as a Brotherhood scribe, some of my intel is highly classified.
She's so knocked out, she just...
That's classified information, civilian.
This place could stand to have some kids.
Let me hit that.
You don't want to hit that.
Why? What is that? Little Rillo?
Oh, I didn't even realize. I didn't even know that was a title. Sorry. Here, to make up for it, you can have some of my rations. Please don't tell anyone about this little mix-up. It won't happen again. Scribe Valdez sent me here. I'm just keeping tabs on the place. Nothing too important. Just keeping my eyes on that vertibird. What are they using it for? Ha! Well, not really. Rucker's nice and all, but every time she looks at me, she looks like she's in pain. Could be chronic illness. Giuseppe's okay. I know he's got that whole salesman act going on, but he's actually a pretty cool guy. Reads a lot, knows quite a bit about the world. Skippy's nice and all, but his inventions all look like alien probes to me. Orlando's probably the biggest enigma of them all. I don't know anything about them. They seem nice enough, but I always feel like they're hiding something from me. And I get the impression they just tolerate me. I feel like I could be out of the door to White Spring any minute.
Only got attacked by Scorched once.
Oh, you mean Rutgers people? They're all right, I guess. I'd say they do a lot of good for the people of Appalachia, but there's hardly enough of them around anymore for everything that needs to get done. Between you and me, they'd probably be a lot more useful if they just got absorbed into the Brotherhood. They may have good aims, but they don't have the resources to do it. Meanwhile, the Brotherhood is making amazing strides every day. You're not gonna tell Rucker I said any of this, right? Please don't. Sure. Anything else you need? Sure thing. It's Initiate Ellison. But yeah, I'll see you later.
The work I do is extremely rewarding. But boy, is it tiring.
I should check if those Blue Ridge folks carry letters, too.
These responders must really have a game plan. But they're always footing about. That's something to admire.
There are far worse places to set up shop than the White Spring. Far worse.
Games and ocean breeze. America's playground.
Hope all the folks at the commune are doing...
Step right up, my friend.
I've got a special opportunity for you approved by management themselves. How would you like to go on a little vacation?
A little longer, Ellison. Valdez will see everything you have to offer. You'll see.
We're talking about the greatest city on the East Coast. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of what? Excitement and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid, Redbird flight. All we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals.
I unplugged it like a couple days ago or whatever.
Sounds like a deal,
Right now, it's like hot as fuck in there.
Oh shit.
Why?
That's what keeps it cold.
That's right. As long as the city leadership hears you're helping out, that's all they ask of you. They were mighty jazzed to hear word of an organization from abroad that's all about helping people. You can always use fresh faces in AC, especially ones with a mission. That's what keeps our city alive.
Have you ever been to the Rangers game?
It varies from person to person. How to have all the details. But I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If games is more your style, the showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for.
Arizona.
Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. I let Orlando know you've agreed to help out. We're back to the city.
You wanna go? You wanna go?
You come right back and talk to me if you have any questions, all right? One-stop guide to the city.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responders sounded like too...
Jeremiah Hopkins. Mighty pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm at your service to tell you anything you'd like to know about Atlantic City. Insightful you are. Yes, my travel was arranged by the Atlantic City Mayor's office. Now, there's no tourism board per se, but the groups managing the nightlife and entertainment of the city are always interested in bringing in new faces. They were down an arrangement with the city, who decided my skills were best put to work out here in a fresh and safe environment. I truly appreciate that. I couldn't imagine a better post than serving our surprising, delightful city.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rats.
Beautiful place. Just a gorgeous view from up there on the rooftop. Never seen anything like it. Outside. Now, why would there be any need for that when I'm enjoying my snug and secure accommodations here? No, sirree. I am fully satisfied staying inside where there are no surprises.
Don't bother talking to that person from
You
Crazy.
trying to scare me now? I've heard. You get breathed on by a bat, suddenly big green crystals growing out of your skin, right? I am perfectly good. Never seen one of those. Thank you very much.
We could always use an extra hand around here.
If you're interested in some new sights, how about Atlantic City? Certainly. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of what? Excitement and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid for the flight. All we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals. That's right. As long as the city leadership hears you're helping out, that's all they ask of you. They were mighty jazzed and can always use fresh faces in AC, especially ones with initiative. That's what keeps our city alive. Of course.
Wait.
Glad to help out. You let me know if you have any more questions.
There.
Yeah, you don't got a fucking thing.
Maybe I come off a little too strong. No, maybe not strong enough.
Ah, a customer. Here to peruse or buy. Either way, prepare your eyes for a feast of the senses, huh? A spectacle like a noir. Oh, I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Forgot to properly introduce myself. Giuseppe Della Ripa, at your service. tradesman and curio collector. Welcome to Giuseppe's Curios. Oh, I've called many places home. Clarksburg, New York, now Appalachia again. But none ring truer in my heart than the homeland. Italia! Oh, I agree. Fame and fortune. Or maybe just fortune. Perhaps neither. It's easier to earn money than to search for what you're really looking for. You walk past and see a sparkle at the edge of your vision. Maybe it's a dusty mirror or a long-forgotten urn. A decades-old music box. That's a curio. Let's just say I'm looking for some things I've lost that may be found again. I don't know if I can find them definitively, but it is worth the risk. I have books upon books of riddles. They keep a man entertained. Besides, it's a good conversation starter. You have only ever seen me in the distance, never up close. Look in any direction, and I will be there. What am I? Nice try, but that's incorrect. Take a night to think it over, and I'm sure you'll get it tomorrow. Buy, sell, trade, and count. I'm a collector of oddities and eccentricities, and I sell those eccentricities for the right price. Perhaps I might have something to your liking. Do come back. I could really use a day off. But this shop won't run itself. Need any help carrying all those stamps? Oh, you think I'm a good salesman? You should have met my mom. That woman could get you to sell the shirt off your back. An abundance of trinkets for sale, available for your perusal. Well, maybe not an abundance.
Well, hello. Do you like Nuka-Cola? Don't be silly. Of course you do.
Curios and curiosities. They mean the same thing.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
Am I going crazy?
If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
Appalachia's supposed to be the safest place around. But I've heard of the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not so sure about that.
Orlando is very charming, but to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they're helping us.
Can't believe we've got a vertibird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responders sounded like too much work. I wonder what they're doing now.
If you see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
Hope all the folks at the commune are doing well.
It's been sunny all week. I love it here.
I wonder if the sun burns just as bright in California.
Nothing like the feeling of good job done well.
Isn't this a nice vacation, Jeremiah?
good enough. I just try to remember that I managed to get here in the first place. There I go, reassured lucky I'm here.
I've never felt safer.
Potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh. But only a few rats.
I wonder if they have any chem around here.
Simon! Another scotch. Ma'am. What about you, Liz? Have you made up your mind yet? Oh, Bill's keen on Charleston. We were social with the governor. I'm sure he'd make arrangements for us.
It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
Evans, that snake? He was always for sale. Not a terrible thing if you're the buyer. Can you imagine parading into town like a troop of beggars? And Charleston, no less. It always was a slum. Now, with refugees swarming like flies, no. The resorts are the better option. If the White Spring won't have us, we should try Pleasant Valley. Even Sunny Top.
Is this a refuge or a bower?
Sunny Top? Really? I'm not there for the skiing. Or the clientele. But I'd rather stay at a shoddy lodge than take my chances with whatever may be going on down in the valley.
I was out scavenging for food.
Ma'am.
Only got
Just
a tough place
sit
to
it
live
down,
for
sit it
hours.
down. Now, let's finish this rubber. Dollar a point.
These refugees wouldn't last one day in the crater.
I do wish the responders would tidy up a bit. Would it hurt? Now that that's settled, did Miss Rucker have any other requests I could help with? Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf.
I didn't hear it. Well, I don't know, son. Where is it? Nothing in the car?
A red stag on a stage.
Are you really, dear? How marvelous. In that case, I'm sure you can't wait to get involved here. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them. What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for.
The work I do is extremely rewarding, but boy is it tiring.
Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the Pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing being, of course, their trust. The vertibird does belong to them, after all. Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded. Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the Pit Union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it. My dear, it warms my heart to know that you remain safe after such dangerous travels. What can we do for you? There is very little I'm permitted to speak about, but ask away, dear. My dear, nothing would bring me more joy than to answer your questions. Your suspicions wound me. However, my employer values their privacy as highly as they value the fine work the responders are doing here. Suffice it to say, they are the owners of the White Spring, as I believe I've mentioned. I am at your disposal. Me, dear? Would you really want to dispel all the mystery? What is it you wish to know? Do I have an admirer? Flattery will get you everywhere, darling. That being said, there is little to tell, really. I am the White Spring Management's liaison to the Responders' Refuge. It's a role I quite enjoy. It pleases me when I can be of service to others.
I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person could be spread so thin.
I can't imagine there's anything of interest to you there, dear. But you may ask. Oh, here and there, darling. I've been to lots of places before the management asked me to take over here. If you want to imagine a thrilling and intriguing story about my past, don't let me stop you, please.
Don't say that. Quit lying. Where? 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 It's a little
Navi.
spider? No, what is it?
Navi.
Thank you! That's a gift for not calling my son. No, you didn't! Hey, what is it? Go.
Working after a fashion. You must understand, dear, the management cannot travel as freely as most people can. In their stead, I have wandered far and wide, seeing to their
You got your
interests
phone
as
on Do
being
Not
their eyes
Disturb.
and ears, hands too, as
You do.
necessary. It had its good moments. I enjoy meeting new people, and much of the countryside is still beautiful, despite everything. But to be honest, my darling, it was a relief to come here to do this. It's been too long since I could remain in one place for a while. Promise me you won't get bored if I become a homebody. I'm getting used to a soft bed and clean clothes. Can't wait for my tell-all autobiography. I can't blame you. Who knows when I'll find the time to write it? How about just a little dark secret of mine to tide you over? I'm not from anywhere interesting, actually. Nothing remarkable about my origins at all. Disappointing, isn't it, dear? That's why I usually let people imagine their own version of things. Keeps them interested. Not at all, dear. I'm afraid you may wish to ask the lovely Rucker those questions, darling, but I shall do my best. A wonderful idea, of course. It can be a beacon of hope for the unfortunates of Appalachia. And as I believe I mentioned, darling, the management are very positive on the effort and give it their full support.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike
Actually, no, they didn't. That's no fault of theirs, darling. Nobody could have known the owners were still involved. Management has monitored the property, of course, and there have been scavengers before, but the robotic staff sufficed. Once aware the responders were establishing a permanent presence, management sent me to bestow their blessing and be their liaison. I am ready as ever to accommodate. I'll be delighted to explain what I can. Oh, a bit of this, a bit of that, whatever they require. As you might imagine, the state of things prevents them from much travel. I go where they need me to go and see to what affairs they see fit. In this case, the White Spring itself and the refuge. Think of me as a concierge, my dear. I'm here to improve your experience in whatever way you require. My role as liaison is to facilitate the needs of the responders and our guests, and speak for the interests of management. That sounds terribly formal, I know, but in practical terms, it means I do what I can to keep the White Spring livable and support the refuge. I oversee the robotic staff to attend to the former, and in the latter case, I arrange for the disbursement of resources from management. Food, medicine, materials. Management has considerable resources, which they are happy to donate. I handle those arrangements. Now, darling, you can't imagine I would tell you a thing like that. A less trusting soul might think you were pumping me for information in the hopes of planning a heist. Of course, I know that's not why you ask, but you understand why I have to be rather secretive on this subject, don't you? Let's just say management wisely invested its wealth when such things mattered, and are now well-equipped to be generous. Of course, darling, whatever you like. Certainly. What do you require? Regrettably, the White Spring itself is not equipped to provide full medical care at this time. I do apologize, darling. And the refuge clinic is reserved for the poor indigents arriving at its doors in dire straits. If your needs are less immediate and severe, may I suggest a visit to the chemists in the downstairs concourse? Doc Stanley has a variety of medicines available appropriate for personal use. I believe the responders have commandeered the kitchens to provide for those deprived souls coming to the refuge. However, the White Springs robotic waitstaff can no doubt provide you with light libations in the dining area. You may wish to head downstairs to the merchant concourse and visit Marie and Antoine to sate your hunger. But of course, the White Spring is home to a number of robotic merchants in the concourse downstairs. However, if you prefer a human touch with your shopping experience, may I recommend you speak with Giuseppe, a charming man with a discerning eye. I have no doubt you shall get along famously, dear. Not at all, my dear. Believe me, I shall be counting the minutes, dear. Come back safely.
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatlands.
Any idea where Orlando gets their clothes? Swear, I could do with a wardrobe upgrade.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
Please seat yourself. A waiter will be with you shortly.
It ain't broke? Then double check. Well, seems like timing is one of your strong suits. Look, I can stitch up a gash with the best of them. But Appalachia, well, she can do a lot worse than cut us open. Got a lot of folks here with sickness we don't understand. and injuries we don't know how to treat. What we need more than anything is know-how. So I propose we trade what I got that I don't need for what you need that you don't got. I've heard you're looking ahead into the pit, and the only safe way out of Appalachia is that metal bird Lennox has perched up on the roof. She don't fly without my approval, and right now, you ain't got it. So, that's the deal. You bring back medical information that'll help me figure out how to help these folks, and I'll okay your little expedition. Hope you don't mind heading into the mire. So, how about it? Braxton's is a weird little place, the way I hear it. Some kind of medical supply company. We're hoping to find something there that can help us repair the equipment we already have. Maybe even improve on it. Can the responders count on you? Nice. Well, let's get to it then. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you. Good luck out there. Here to lend a hand, or 'cause you need a hand? Either way, respond.
A safe haven.
If you ever find yourself in a
People trying
bind,
to help
you can
others.
always call on us.
It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell.
I heard a bunch of nerds.
We could always use an extra hand around here.
Aren't there more important things to worry about?
Robots sure make my job easier.
Me and Orlando are about to have some words. Go on and get your management.
I love Esme's cooking. It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
Dash of this. Bonjour. My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and tato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process. Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
Good evening. Here for dinner. Please feel free to seat yourself.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responders sounded like too much work. Wonder what they're doing now.
Please seat yourself. A waiter will be with you shortly.
Rats to give it flavor. Can't believe we've got a vertibird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
Robot butlers. Is this a refuge or a palace?
It's a nice vacation, Jeremiah.
Oh my God.
You look a bit sickly. There's a poultice my mama taught me how to make. Maybe you should try it.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
Folks don't join the responders for camps. They join to make a difference.
Winter kitchen, man.
Helping people is our chief mission. Cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person could be spread so thin.
This bloody theory really elevates the Mirelurk needs. My friend! I hope you will stop by and join us for dinner sometime. Oh, me? Of course! What would you like to know? Oh, well, I've loved cooking for as long as I can remember. My papa was an amazing chef in France, and together we would cook meals for maman. Dinner time was our favorite time together. I had dreams of owning my own restaurant one day. But alas, that was not in the cards for me. However, I do so enjoy making food for everyone here at the refuge. I like to think that my meal bring a touch of humanity back into the world. I spent so long just trying to survive all by myself. And then I heard about the White Spring opening its doors to refugees. I knew the responders here would have many mouths to feed, and I had missed cooking for other people oh so much. I figured it would be as good of a way as any to spend my time. Besides, it's such a lovely place, is it not? So luxurious. Life feels truly worth living again, now that I have a home and people to cook for. Oh, my absolute favorite is bœuf bourguignon. My papa and I would always make it together on cold winter days. It warms my heart and soul. Perhaps if one were to raise the venison in red wine before adding it to the stew. Of course! It is such a lovely place, is it not?
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here.
Oh, Orlando? What a sweet person that one is. I love what they're doing here at the White Spring, allowing us all into their home. I feel so blessed to be welcomed here as the chef. I absolutely adore having more people to cook for. I've never met anyone quite like him. So very interesting, no? I am so glad that he helped lead all these people away from the pit. It sounds like such a terrible place to live. I hope that they can find some respite here at the refuge. No one here works harder than Rucker. If I didn't chase her down, I don't think she would ever eat. She's truly a wonderful person who devotes her time and energy to helping other people feel safe. Sure, whatever you'd like. Au revoir.
I was out scavenging for food.
No reservations required. Help yourself to any cable.
Radstag on a stage. A deer in stage lights. That one always gets me.
Dining. Another scotch. Damn. What about you, Liz? Have you made up your mind yet? Oh, Bill's keen on Charleston. We were social with the gutter.
It's funny what comes to mind at a time like this. When I was little, I used to come here with my grandfather. Every morning, we'd sit right here, have donuts, read the paper, just the two of us. Everything changes. They got rid of the donuts, and the staff, and the whole world. This spot, it's still here. Joyce did her best. They all did. Hope they make it out there. As for me, I'm going to stay right here. Have one last donut. Whatever happens, happens.
Hungry?
Everything changes. But in the end, I can't imagine a place I'd rather be.
Well, hello there, stranger. Pleased to meet you. I'm Sophie. Sophie. Look around. The refuge. Quite a place, isn't it? I mean, sure, fancy pants golf club resort, that's nice, but I'm talking about the refuge. A haven for the lost, the dispossessed, the hungry, and unfortunate. A monument to our ability to have compassion for each other. Isn't it grand? Isn't it worth preserving, building, growing? Yes, exactly. You understand, I can tell. A future filled with people supporting each other, regardless of background or history. It's always good to meet someone who can see the big picture. Now, how'd you like to be a part of it? Sort of. Well, I haven't seen you around before, so, glad to have you. But I wasn't trying to recruit you anyway. I'm actually more in the material support end of things. Scouting for volunteers isn't really my department. Now that's what I'm talking about. People supporting each other. You got the right spirit. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing. You should. Anyway, It might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running.
Orlando is very charming, but to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why they're helping us.
Let me check my notes. Rucker's been in a tizzy because we just don't have enough wood to keep up. It'd be a big help if you could donate maybe 50 pieces of scrap. One less thing on Rucker's mind, you know.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Damn, that blood bug still was nasty. Is that what it was like pre-war when they were training?
Potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rats.
Well, trees. Lots of fallen trees around. And anything made of wood, really. If it's even partly made of wood, you can scrap it. That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though. If you want to come back, bring it by later. If you can, of course. You know where to find me. It'd really make my day if you did.
Inside this refuge.
Maybe I come off a little too strong. No, maybe not strong enough.
Oof, I can't wait until dinner.
Glad to see you've returned. Are you ready to donate? You do? Amazing. Thank you so much. This is going to be a big help. It just so happens I got a little something for you as a reward for your generosity. We might need a lot of things, but you know how it is. Poor in one way, rich in another. I'll put together some of what we can spare for you. Now I've got a feeling you're gonna need them. See? Mutual aid. Everybody wins. Thanks so much for the help. Drop by again. If I know Rucker, I'll be looking for something new every day. Take care of yourself. Well, hey there. Nice to see you. How personal are we talking? Who, me? Oh, I'm not that interesting. Came here from Kentucky. Wanted to see more of the world. I had a pretty happy childhood. We had a whole commune. All the kids raised together, so I had like 24 siblings and lots of parents. Got here, heard about the responders, and thought, that's for me. It's like my mom's always said. When everybody pitches in, there's nothing we can't do together.
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here.
Oh yeah, out in the woods, pretty remote. Whole bunch of us. Great place to grow up. They said it was set up before the bombs by some folks who refused to fight in the war. Conscientious objectors, you know. People thought they were communists, so they decided to get away from it all and build something for themselves. Collective parenting. Instead of like individual families, everybody treated the community as one big family. So the adults were all parents to all the kids, you know? I had lots of dads and moms, and every kid there was my sibling. It was a very loving environment, and we were happy. It wasn't until I left that I found out that wasn't normal. True story, the way y'all do it seems pretty weird to me. No problem. What do you want to talk about? You're gonna have to narrow it down there. Something specific you wanted to know? Take care of people, silly. Lots of folks out there ain't got enough to eat or a place to sleep or are sick. It's rough out there, you know that. Here at the refuge, they can get some of what they're missing. Rucker's making sure of it. We're making sure of it. Well, right now, it's getting this place organized so we can start taking in donations from folks like you. You can't run a refugee camp, free clinic, and soup kitchen on good intentions, and every little bit is gonna help. I'll be set up soon. You check in with me later if you're up for contributing. No worries. What's on your mind? You know where to find me.
This rotten robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get it back.
Did you simply overcharge me for that hairbrush? No, 50 caps is reasonable.
Why even bother helping people who can't help themselves?
The decor might be a little ostentatious, but it's nice to be somewhere not covered in dirt for once.
I'm still getting used to sleeping with both eyes closed.
You'd think with all that tinkering Skippy does that he'd come up with something more medicinal.
I hope we get some death clown
Please,
soon.
have
Its tenderness
AC.
is magnificent.
Someone will be
Oh
with
no,
you
the stew has burned. Do not be discouraged though. Without failure, there is no improvement. Here is your stew. Something is better than nothing, yes? Hopefully, either the settler or raider representative will find some use for this. I last saw them in the bar area.
I heard a bunch of
If you see anyone
struggling
struggling
out
out
in
in
Heroes
Appalachia,
yesterday, be sure to tell them.
Aren't there
about the
more
lights
important
things to worry about?
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe. Somewhere like that.
Grease, aviation fuel, and fresh air. The best. Hey, what's up? Name's Lennox. You got it, bud. And mechanic. You're looking at more than a decade of military experience in the sky. Hey, she might be a used model, but I got her running right. Probably only a 5, maybe 12% chance she'll drop out of the sky. 20 tops. What's it look like? This is the closest thing we've got to a hangar for this hot mama. If you need to go somewhere, I'm the one who's gonna take you. As long as Rucker clears it, of course. Sure thing, buddy, but make it snappy. I got stuff to do. Yep. I like to be up here to stay with her. It's been a long time since I had a working bird. I don't want anybody messing with her. One of the responders said they saw a spaceman the other day. Little gray dude. Aliens, you know? Hell, I saw crap above the clouds you'd never believe, even before the war. Tic-tacs, cigars, discs, stuff that moved like nothing we had. No way we're alone. Believe it. You better believe it. Knew a fighter pilot. Long gone, but he was a live wire.
Where is it?
Told me once about getting caught in a sandstorm over the Gobi. He was flying formation with 3 other jets when it hit. Came out of nowhere, he said. He ejected. Storm messed him up good, but he lived. When the storm cleared, though, his wingmen were just gone. Nobody ever saw them again. Nobody ever found the planes. Desert just swallowed them up. Yeah, no problem. Hasta luego.
No, I don't know where. Isn't that what? No. I don't know. What the fuck did I do?
Repairs will be completed shortly. Thank you for your patience.
All right. Settle down. I know the last few weeks have been a shock. We all hoped we could stay here forever. But when you stop and think about it, we've been blessed. So many people have had it so much worse. For the past year, the White Spring has been our home. A shelter from the storm just outside the gates. It's time for us to face that storm. But we're ready. Ready like none of us was on that day. We've had time to plan, to prepare, to stock up, to find friends to share the road ahead. The White Spring bought us that time. Let's make the most of it. Ladies and gentlemen, one last toast
To the White Spring.
Please refrain from theft, looting, assault, murder.
What the fuck? What? Huh? What? Why you? I thought you were saying something else.
White Spring is fabulous this time of year.
Recording. All right. What are we looking at?
I've got nothing.
Really, Lou? Really? You set up the damn things. Don't tell me you don't know how to hack them. Can't you just shut them off? Or keep them from turning on us? There has to be a way.
Paula.
No. Really, no. I'm sorry, Bob. We tried everything. Not just me. Every guest who can work the terminal. We've been locked out. We're getting kicked out, and there's nothing we can do.
Paula, how's the training going?
Friedrich's classes are a joke, but the guests have been pitching in. The Warrens picked up a few things on Safari. Sergeant Thompson taking marks and shit.
Thompson? That crank who thinks the communists are bugging his room?
Yeah, best we got.
God.
At least people have been stocking up. The all-you-can-carry shopping spree was a hit. No one turned that down. Anyone have anything else? Robert, how are things?
Keeping on.
Good. The gala's on Sunday. So, this may be our last staff meeting. Whatever happens, we did all we could this past year. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Have an appointment? Pardon me, sir.
What?
I know just the thing for that outfit, dear.
Our signature sulfur baths will leave you feeling rejuvenated. Our highly trained massage therapists should be back
Have
shortly.
fun, get drunk.
Today's security status is today's security status is appropriate precautions. Take appropriate precautions.
Enjoy your stay.
Did you need something, monsieur?
Good morning. The dining.
I hope the stew you made is well received. Please do make sure to give it to someone before it gets cold.
Your uniform's a bit worse for wear, but it's good to see you helping out the cause.
Welcome! Please have a seat.
Well, you're not bleeding through your shirt. I call that a good day. Name's Rucker. I head up the responders around here.
Why? What's wrong with your phone? You were just talking to him.
Understand.
Oof.
Always make sure to boil your water before you drink it. I can't.
There's
wait.
times you've gotta accept the cards you were dealt. Learn to make the best of it.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
Here.
These robots sure make my job easier.
More hours to go.
You have anything to do with this place? We got a bunch of people coming into Crater, trying to eat all our food.
Yo.
You think we eat garbage or something in Crater? What a joke.
Elements on these refugees. The pit must be a real hellhole.
Yeah.
Our sommelier recommends drinking.
Everything is too clean here. Time to dirty it up.
You think I have what it takes to be a responder?
Extremely rewarding. Boy, is it tiring.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
Sometimes when I listen to the radio, I like to pretend I'm living in the time before the war. Not that I don't love the Brotherhood, just life.
It's been sunny.
I think we can make this place home for a lot of people.
I think I need a vacation from everything. Is that even possible?
There's a lot of supplies here that look right for the picking.
Sorry, now's not a good time. I've got a lot on my mind.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
The water here's a little bland. Not enough rads to give it flavor.
Why even bother helping people that can't help themselves?
It's nice to see people around in the responders uniform again.
So this is a place that's bringing all these damn people to Appalachia.
Go back home someday, but I don't think there'll be a home left to go to.
If I can't be there myself, I gotta do what I can. Hey, sport! Oh, what am I saying? Sorry to put you on the spot, kid. I'm Skippy Rorich, but you can call me Skip, Ro, Skippo, or whatever else you fancy. I'm here on behalf of the Union. We're a band of loose-knit freedom fighters from the pit up north. We're looking to get our home back from a group of raiders called the Fanatics, hoping Appalachia has some help to offer in that. The pit is, well, it used to be Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now it's something else entirely, overrun by all manner and nasty. But it's our home, and we want to win it back, clean it up, and make it livable again. Oh, don't worry about that thing. Barely works anyway. Silly to bring it up. Oh, we're past the electro spanner. Consign it to the dustbin of history. I'm moving on to the hydrolo spanner. Much higher ceiling on that one. Not at all. Ask away. Twist my arm, why don't you? Well, I'm a Pittsburgh man through and through. Daddy worked the steel mills hard, but I took a different route, tinkering for an armaments firm. This may surprise you, but I did everything by the book back then. Everything done to spec. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Life was stable, but boring as hell. I didn't really start living until after the bombs. They woke me up good. Well, now that you mention it, I made some fireworks for the kiddos yesterday. Big booming ones in the shape of animals. I expected the dragon to scare them, but the cave cricket shocked them much worse. One good thing about making weapons of war for Uncle Sam is that they build those manufactories to last. The plant I worked in may as well have been a bunker, like one of those Vault-Tec vaults the Richies bought themselves. When the bombs came down, enough stood standing to keep us lucky few alive. What came after? The Rads, the Ferals, the Fanatics. That was a real test. Only been good at one thing in my life, and that's building things, so that's what I do. People call me a mad scientist. I build my fair share of oddities, but innovation takes risk. Parachutes sound crazy too. They work. I'm lucky to have the time I have left after what I've been through. I'm not gonna waste it playing safe. Tired of hearing about me, eh? And I'll tell you everything you want to know. The Union is our grand experiment in human decency in the pit. All the people working together to rebuild a place that most say ain't worth rebuilding. We fight the Fanatics, the Ferals, and any other awful thing that stands to hold back progress in the Steel City. And there are a lot of those. Well, you know, we used to be a trade union.
Nobody see my candy?
A lot of us are holdovers from those days, old factory hands. Sticking together now like we did then. But we take all kinds, so long as they share the goal of winning back our foul city and making it fair again. That mix makes us a rowdy bunch, but it's also our secret sauce. Our eclectic minds think of things our enemies wouldn't imagine. So we stay one step ahead or even an inch ahead, but that's enough to keep us in the game. I'm the Union's inventor, quartermaster, and coordinator. I'm the brain guy. I use the know-how in this dome here of mine to help the kids in the field in any way I can. Quite frankly, because the odds are stacked against us. We represent civilization in the pit. Most folks up there have put that by the wayside, given in to their animal instincts. We want our home back, but we can't do it alone.
I was looking over
That's all
there.
there is to it.
Yeah.
What's in the door? What's it called?
Sure thing.
Both.
Both? Oh.
Can I? Of course. Will I? Also, of course. It's hell. What else can I say? What the bombs didn't level, the Fanatics finished off. The air is choked with soot, the water is undrinkable, and the Rads sear your skin like the sun of the Sahara. Then you'll be happy to join us on our frequent sojourns there, I take it. Before the war? Well, look, it wasn't a paradise, but still a sight to behold. The Steel City, we called it. A center of industry, making anything you can imagine. When the war rolled around, we built weapons, munitions, vertibirds, power armor, robots. I suppose that's what made us a target, and left us what we are now. The Fanatics are a bunch of sadists, is what they are. They bill themselves as a confederation and say they take all comers for who or what they are. That's nonsense, of course. Just an empty slogan, used to sucker in more labor for the mills. All right, I'm game. Oh, well, okay then. Why, naturally, I would be happy to share my wisdom with you.
heard a Protectron bark the other day? Am I going crazy? Didn't want to join up with me. Said the responders sounded like too much work. Wonder what they're doing now.
Those raiders fight like hell. Maybe they're crazy enough to join an expedition. We all get nuked to hell and back, or we're still at each other's throats. Some things never change. Rolling hills, shady trees, clear water. Appalachia almost makes a guy want to retire.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send us somewhere safe and not somewhere like that.
This is fun. So, yeah, you don't need to be on the door like this. I mean, hey, bro, take your ass to bed right now. People are sleeping.
We're lucky these responders will have us. I won't do them the disservice of asking why.
Robot butlers? Is this a refuge or a palace?
My bones are aching. Must be a red storm on the way.
Drones are kinda cute when they're just wearing a bow tie and not shooting lasers at you.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get in the back by myself.
Ingenuity's on our edge against fanatics. That and mass-produced grenades. Hang in there, Hex. I won't let you die on me. bet those Brotherhood chuckleheads I heard about have all the good contraptions squirreled away in that fort of theirs.
Pretty bold choice. And not one that I would make.
Bombs destroyed Pittsburgh, and why? Because we were building bombs to destroy some other place. How much more blood do we gotta spill before the end of all this? The Foundation folk got out of the pit while the getting was good. Guess I shouldn't blame them for that.
This guy's a little crazy, but I can't help but like him.
There's no problem too big to solve.
Pardon our dust. Guest security is our priority.
always a pleasure to see a guest.
Please do not interfere with resort security patrols.